Hey girl, hey, welcome back to the pink mic. I am your girl, Hope Shantae. And as you guys know, if you've been here before, you know that we discuss things that help us go from stuck to unstoppable. And one belief at a time. We go from stuck to unstoppable, one belief and one decision at a time. Today, you guys, we are going to talk about something that it feels so cliche, but it's super, super important. And what that is, it's what loving yourself looks like. You guys, I am about 6 months into journaling, not journaling, to podcasting or YouTubing. And I've been going around and around in my mind about what is it that I talk about the most, because I can talk about so much, but I've been kind of stuck on how do I present myself in a way that feels inviting? How do I present myself in a way that makes sense? And it's like a cute little short, simple, whatever that really just like covers what I cover and who I am in this small little sentence. And I can't quite come up with that just yet. So as you follow along with me, my intro will be tweaked a little bit here and there, but my ultimate goal is self-love. It is learning what self-love is, why it's important, the effort that I put in to actually understanding myself, what I need to feel loved, and then giving it to myself. It has been a hell of a journey. The crazy part is for it to be quote unquote cheesy, corny, cliche, I can't say that I have experienced a lot of people, big names, who that is their message. Their message is how to maybe be a better wife, be a better friend, be a better child, be a better employee, be a better entrepreneur, become an entrepreneur, all of those things. And I think I kind of was like, all of those things matter majorly to me. But at the core of all of those things, when you can really start working on and ironing out and mastering the journey of seeing yourself. When you can master the journey of seeing yourself, life becomes sweeter, more exciting, you're more at peace, you're less anxious. So many benefits come from that because you kind of divert the focus of receiving it from others, doing all of these things to attract people that you hope are going to fill your love cup. And all along, who you needed was there all along. And so it takes a lot of pressure and stress off of having to show up a certain kind of way for people that you think you need in order to feel validation, love, care, all of the things, honor, admiration, all of the things. Is being around people who give you all those things important? Oh yeah, very important. But people are gonna give you what you give to yourself. Growing up, I kind of was like raised to be the help. And while I am a helper by nature, in no way was I taught how to be a helper with boundaries. There was no such thing as boundaries. It's if you see a need, you meet it. Even if it's at the detriment of your household, even if it's at the detriment of your mind, your mental health, your financial well-being, like you are supposed to give because that's what you do. Now, while I do see what was intended in that upbringing, there was a lot missing. And because of that, I have been in a lot of unhealthy connections, both romantic and platonic, that have not served me whatsoever. So with that being said, I feel strongly that one of the things that I have been called to do and called to be is an encouragement to those who feel like they're being selfish for wanting to care for themselves. And I want to tell you, clear as day, in no uncertain terms, that is what you were meant to do. You're here to love yourself. You're here to set healthy boundaries. You're here to show up for yourself. And it also helps you to better serve those around you. Additionally, the people around you, they feel valuable because you put such value into yourself. They see the value expanding in their circle and in their connection because they're connected to someone who thinks so highly and puts so much emphasis and effort into caring for themselves. And they want to hopefully want to be that to you and also be that to themselves, and trust that they're going to receive healthy, valuable, boundary, love, and care and concern from you. So I want to get straight to it after that long intro. What does loving yourself look like? And I just jotted down 3 very important points to me that I hope that you take in and really think about. Point 1, be thoughtful of your needs and desires. You guys have no idea how hard life can be when you don't even acknowledge your own needs or desires. And you have people in your life who are comfortable asking for what they need and what they desire, and you also not having boundaries for yourself, then everyone around you, they suck up your energy and they suck up your time because they are determined to get what they need while you're left in a deficit. One thing that I believed and was taught hands down, when you serve others, that comes back to you. And while I believe with my whole heart that whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he or she also reap, I also believe that when you don't sow boundaries, you're going to reap anxiety and you're going to reap stress and you're going to reap fatigue because you are giving away your freedom of choice. Now, that was good. When you don't set up boundaries, you're giving away your freedom of choice to set time limits, choice to set limits on how much you can take in or give out, so that you don't burn yourself out for what else you need later in the day, later in the week, or just for yourself. So being thoughtful of your needs and your desires, they're very simple. And more than not, you know what your needs are. You just feel like you're being selfish for putting your needs first. And that's not the way it's supposed to go. You can be thoughtful of your needs and desires and also take in others' needs and desires where everyone wins. It doesn't have to be a me or you. There can be us both. But if you have to choose in some situations, you will choose you. End of story. There's a whole list of points that I can give, but I'm gonna leave it there. If you're in a situation where you have to choose, it's either you or them, choose you. And that can look different in different situations. That doesn't mean leave people, for dead or you're a taker. You doing for yourself can mean so much in so many ways. So I'm gonna leave that at that. Point number 2, be gentle and patient with yourself. Be gentle and patient with yourself. I was raised in a home where my mom raised 5 kids by herself. So she, I don't know if she had to be, but she felt that she needed to be more on the militant side to make sure that she kept order in the house, and everything to my mom was a big deal. So because it was a big deal, everything was a seed of something bigger and badder and worse. And so because of that, if all the mistakes that I made, I used to eat myself up mentally and emotionally. I even look back at how I would sometimes punish myself, disrespectful to myself, because of how I felt like I should have handled a situation or decision that I should have made. And it wasn't good. And even in turn, I think that I probably was that same way with my daughter. And I am, and I'm a lot better, but better is not good enough in this situation, especially as it pertains to myself and it pertains to her. I want to get to a place with me where I give myself grace and patience, and it's not a pass like, oh, you're just doing just enough. No, you have to give yourself gentleness, be gentle and patient, because you're not going to always have everything you need to accomplish something. And sometimes you have to make decisions in a deficit of time, a deficit of knowledge, a deficit of support, a deficit of money. And even though you feel like you have to make that decision, maybe it doesn't work out and it causes a problem, or it doesn't make you look the best. Whatever that is, just be patient and gentle with yourself, and keep people around you who are also patient and gentle. There's nothing like you being impatient and rough with yourself and aggressive and judgmental and all of the things. And you also have other people around you to reinforce that way of feeling about yourself. Like, no good can come of that. I promise. No good can come of that. So once you get comfortable being patient and gentle with yourself, either people around you who think that you're being too gentle are going to fall off on their own because they think that they don't agree, and it's going to rub them the wrong way. I guarantee it. And it's going to cause more headbutting between the two of you guys. And also, when you start caring for yourself, being patient and gentle with yourself, it'll be easier for you to cut people off who are also not patient and gentle with you. Because last but not least, giving yourself grace is kind of close to being patient and gentle, but give yourself grace. You know how you give that person grace, that man or that woman, your mom or your dad? There's people in your life you give grace and passes when they didn't meet the mark, and you're like, oh, you did good, you can just do better next time, and you just kind of give them an unlimited amount of grace. Sometimes you're giving other people the amount of grace that you are hoping to receive. You know how the way people kind of show up and the way they love you is more times than not the way they want to be loved. And so if you're giving a lot of grace to those around you, why don't you give it to yourself also? Quit waiting for others to show up and reflect the type of love that you're giving out, and give it to yourself. Nothing, when I tell you nothing can go wrong by you being gracious and graceful with yourself. Nothing. You guys, I really am trying to do my best to keep these shorter, but I really just wanted to stop in and just remind you or encourage you or drop something that you haven't heard of what loving yourself looks like. I really do hope that this was informational, and this is something you can listen to when you're having a tough season, a tough day, a tough week. And just let me be there to encourage you in those moments when you don't have others to. Again, I'm your girl, Hope Shantae, and this is the Pink Mic. We are going to start going from 1 video a week to 2. I really appreciate you, and I look forward to next week. Bye. Please comment and subscribe. Comment and subscribe. Comment and subscribe.